My grandfather used to always say to me, if you stick your bottom lip out any further, a bird is going to poop on it. More often than not, this would get the reaction from me of sticking it out further, given the fact that I was a rather grumpy child growing up. They even nicknamed me after the Care Bear, Grumpy. But over the years, I learned effective ways to pull in the bottom lip. I learned how to transform the solitude into story. I learned how to voice my experiences with words, with music, with sound. This is what has kept me alive over the years. I found a place of belonging and a connection to community. Now, I want to ask all of you, what keeps you alive? Think about it. What drives your heart racing? Who inspires your soul to sing? Or simply, what helps you get up in the morning? Bring an image or a thought to the front of your mind. And on your next exhale, I want you to imagine yourself exhaling that image, that thought, into this room. Do you feel that? Every thought we have injects the space that we inhabit with life. And no, it's not just a theory, it's a feeling. It's something that we live each and every day of our lives. And this is what I want to share with you. What keeps me alive? What propels me to inject space with life? It's how I've learned to live poetically. He introduced me as a spoken word poet, which fits really good into my CV when I'm applying for grants from the Canada Council for the Arts. But I prefer to consider myself someone who envisions the world around me poetically. When I perform, it's about bringing environments and stories to life. So much of what I do revolves around sound. I began singing or making musical sound at a very young age. Even so, one of my elementary school teachers sent a note home with me from my mother stating, "Maureen is disturbing the other students with her humming." What was a mother to do? Sound is alive in everything. It is in every one of us. It is in everything we touch, everything we feel, everything we do. I imagine sound as living texture, as aspects of the real environment around us. If tall, flowing prairie grasses were sound, if tunnels of light piercing into the ocean were sound, if that small crack in the pavement were sound. I take these sounds, I layer them, I loop them, I circle them around one another until they create a soundscape. Then I add the poetry. Poetry is the archaeology, the artifacts of the experience. It requires a space and environment to live in, to grow in, be it living or past, be it real or imagined. And when we retrieve the poetry of our experiences, we become gatherers, we become storytellers. And when we offer these stories, when we share them, we understand the art of digging and the art of discovery. And each time we do that, they are made anew. I perform to bring healing into the spaces around me, drawing from songs of ritual and of spontaneity, the songs of my ancestry that is still alive in me. I create poetry so that I can share with those around me in my community and those who feel that they have lost a sense of place. It's performance for connection, bridging experience with awareness. It's performance for continuum, for without the artifacts, how can we trace the lineage of who we are and where we come from? What we need in our world today is more people to live poetically, more people to be as poets so we don't forget who we are, where we come from, and where we hope to go. And with that as my mission, I want to share with you some of the living archaeology, some of the poetry and the artifacts of my experiences that keep me alive. White wind spirit speaks the wisdom of our time, howling cries through our lives, echo, echo in chimes. Words on wings rise and convect. This is my flock, this I protect. Hear my voice. I am the wind, the eternal storyteller. I lift the wings of history and migrate. Generations hear my voice. I am the wind. This story beats strong. It bleeds through you and me. It braids together bloodlines. It weaves our histories. Grandmother land holds inside her breast tribes that nest upon her body round, tracking bison trails, following ancient crow, and howling feathered rhythms, rhythms with the river flow. And within that tribe, Miss Cardinal sits on sacred soil. With sinew arms and calloused hands, she beats her story into a sash. And as she sits, she rocks her song over an open flame that rises up and spirals through the teepee frame. I lifted up her signal. I was breath beneath her voice, calling out, hey, ah, hey, ah. I spread her song as intersecting circles align, as intersecting circles combine. And so the story rolls as settlements take root. Men stake the western land, breaking soil with their boots. And carried by the winds of change, they plant their stranger seeds. Taking what the land can give, they come to fill their needs. And within this flock, a settler man arrives in a red river wagon. With creaking wheels and the pull of oxen strong, he lifts his eyes to her cardinal song. With her voice sent by the wind, a connection starts. He surrenders to the beating, beating drum, beating heart. As intersecting circles combine, as intersecting circles align. And as the two attract, their lives intertwine, their bodies redefine, ancestral lines, weaving together the blood and feather from red love to new birth. Iron and sage mixed together in an alchemy of age, calling out, hey, story across the land. Love bends a history with sacred hand, from sash to wagon, from smoke to sage. History bids wisdom, love bleeds through. Hear my voice. I am the wind, the eternal storyteller. I lift the wings of history and migrate generations. Now, open up your circles, let them rise on the wings of wind. Cry out, sing, transcend. Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to bring that into context a little, that at age 16, I found out that I had Métis ancestry. So I found out that my great-grandmother was Saulteaux Cree. And in discovering that lineage, it's discovering a piece of my identity. And so one of the talks we heard earlier today, which was about identity, finding our place, and then finding our voice within that place. And so that piece was written, inspired, and about Marie Cardinal. I'm going to bring her into this space. And I want to do one more piece for you, and it's a piece that I co-created with Alessandra Naccarato in one of the many collaborations that I do. So yes, I can sit up here and I can play my looping pedal and be a total loner, and I do this in my bedroom all by myself as well. But it's really beautiful to see how we can share poetically, and through artistic collaborations, through interviews with elders in community, and through outreach and education. And so that's a large part of how I bring this life into the stories. And so the piece I want to share is inspired by one of my favorite artists. Hey-yo, hey-yo. Hey-yo, hey-yo. Yeah, oh, yeah, oh. 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 Yeah, oh. I hope the exit is joyful. I hope never to return. From the depths of wet terracotta, I was born. A coarsely braided snake wrapped in Tijuana robe, tattooed with German vermilion and the name Magdalena, Carmen, Frida Kahlo, y Calderon. Like a headstrong wolf, I claw with palette knife. Bite the nipples off proletariat bitches. Paint my unborn child with sable brush. I am the gypsy of stolen voices. The serpent muse of crushed lapis stone. Divided is the spirit that taught me to paint portraits with broken back. taught me to hide my lover's hands in sacred places I call immovable. Never, never have I looked back, only up at the mirror that reflects the mirror that I paint of myself in the mirror. As the ochre in my brush dries, I am twins and I bleed. I bleed the blood of the moon reflecting the sun. I paint the sky of my womb with mirrored faces. This blood I call life, I call water, is my moon. Tidal pull that empties my spoiled well with crimson stroke. It is here his love is brush and pigment staining. He, the master of the people's revolution, rampaged Rockefeller with a fresco of our true fathers. On back alleys, his graffiti is holy as Dead Sea Scrolls. I call him Rivera, a prophet. He parts the nudity of my soul with a single finger. On my neck, he plants flowers. I feel them grow and rot. On my body, he calls woman. I call home. Pachamama, Pachamama, Pachamama. I am roots cradling his fertility, thistle to his infidelity. Do not forget me, my love. I crochet to my pillow. Before I remember, I am a ribbon around a bomb. Nací una pera, nací una pintora. I was born a bitch, I was born a painter. I was born as the Mexican Revolution shook the foundations of my country. I renamed my birth rebellion and adorned my neck with skulls. Never, never, nunca have I looked back. Only up at the mirror that reflects myself in the mirror from my crown of thorns, in my throne of pillows. I look at the body you call Frida, you call broken, I call home. Merci, Miigwech, thank you.